So this Civic has been putting up the miles for the 6 years that I've owned it. It's now at about 185,000, and the time had come for a change, so this is what I've ended up with. It's a 2022-23 Lexus UX250h. It's the F-Sport model. So based on the Toyota RAV4 platform. That's a posh Toyota. So this is actually my second of these. About a month ago or so. I bought a same model year, 2023 model year, Premium Plus in black. And I brought it home, and my other half decided that she quite liked it actually, so she ended up with it. So then I had to go and find something else, and I do love this colour, so I was looking for this colour. It's only available on this F-Sport trim. Oh yeah, so it's a 2-litre hybrid. It's remarkably economical. It's very similar to the Prius I used to have back when Priuses were very early in the day. And the Prius was a 1500. It would do about 52 to the gallon. And this is doing just under 60 to the gallon. So for a 2-litre, and that does get a mix of driving. It has spent most of its time so far with me on the motorway. So yeah, I bought it from Lexus Cardiff. And yeah, it's a lovely thing. Slightly different to the Premium Plus in that the seats are different, but other than that, and it's got these color-coded wheel arches on this model year, but other than that, it's pretty much the same. Slight difference in the trim, but that's it. It's quite different to the Civic, I think we'll all agree. Electric tailgate, reversing camera obviously. You can close and lock the car with this button, or just close the boot with this button. Obviously you can also just pull it. This one has done 46,000 miles, crossed into 46,000 yesterday. So it's F-Sport white leather. The seats are excellent. It's got this really good 12-inch media screen. It's got great climate. It's an automatic, obviously. It has a huge amount of equipment. Space in the back is okay. They're not given huge amounts of space, but they're not small either. And there's only me and the dog, so, and occasionally the other half. But yes, it's a lovely driving experience, I have to say. CarPlay, obviously. So there were certain things that I really wanted and I wasn't negotiating on. I love this central display. With the F-Sport you can change quite a lot of stuff. With all of the higher trim models you can edit so much stuff on the car. And so you have a range of settings in this, all of which I'm kind of familiar with. you also have an app on the phone which links to your car, and you can just change so much stuff, and it's really good. You've got several driving modes, you've got traction control, you've got quite a lot of stuff. By far the handiest thing is active cruise. So radar controlled cruise, you set your speed and the car does all of the driving from 0 to 65 or whatever you set it to, and it's just great. Switches between hybrid and petrol really easily. Climate is excellent. Yeah, this is a facelift model, so it has quite a few different features to anything pre-2023 model year. So I think this is the sweet spot. Telescopic column, obviously. Yeah, electric seats with lumbar. They're not as adjustable as you'd like them to be. The lumbar does not go up and down, it just goes backwards and forwards. But that's probably enough. So yeah, I really like it. It's obviously quite a big cost to change between this and the Civic. I mean, you know, when I bought the Civic, cars were cheap, and they're not now. The low production of cars during COVID really impacted the resale values. So this was not too bad actually. I paid just 20 grand from Lexus in Cardiff. It has keyless entry. These are Lexus is the most stolen brand by number of vehicles registered in the UK. They've got a really easy basically what they do is they pull off this wheel arch. There's a CAN bus connector behind the headlamp. Plug into that, open the car, clone a key, drive off. So obviously I use this with some security. It does have a disc lock. It just sits with the disc lock on. But yeah, quite a difference to the Civic. Obviously, Civic has earned its money. It took me a long time to get my head around spending this much money on a car that's going to just go on the motorway and clock up at least 100,000 miles over the next 5 years. So yeah, so far so good with the Lexus. I have to say I like it. Obviously, first car I've ever bought from a dealer. I've always bought my cars privately, but try and find private cars for sale now at this level. Like, first of all, if you have a car like this, you're going to keep it, because, you know, if this was your car and you wanted to get a new one, the cost to change on these things is huge. This is mid-40s list, and if you wanted to go for an X or something like that, then you're into 50-60 grand. So why wouldn't you keep your Lexus if all they were offering you for it would be, I don't know, trade maybe 16, 17 on a good day? So yeah, I did give myself 8-9 months to find something like this privately. Just nothing came up. So I bought the black one privately, and that was a screaming bargain. But like I say, as soon as I brought it home, it was like, oh, that's quite nice. Yes, it is quite nice, dear. I've just bought it. So, but I'm pleased I went with the blue. Coming out every morning and seeing this waiting to go and attack the world is pretty cool. Anyway, still have the Civic, of course, and I have spent about 800 quid on suspension bits, including the rear dampers, and I will be doing that work. It's such a super reliable car. I'm not entirely sure I can bear to part with it, but by the same token, I am trying to reduce the fleet, so So yeah, but I think it'll be interesting running this. There is a Lexus service plan you can get that's sort of 50-60 quid a month. But the thing with Lexus is when you service with them, when you service with a dealer, they give you an extra year's warranty up to 10 years old. You do the hybrid health check with them once a year, you get a 15-year warranty on the batteries. So I mean, they are the most reliable cars. So, and that is so important to me. So I think I'm just going to maintain it myself and do the hybrid health check, but we'll see. Definitely not doing the service plan. That works out crazy expensive. I mean, not if you, I guess it's not expensive if you don't know anything about mechanics, but it most definitely is expensive if you do. And also if you know that most of the time with dealers, they change the oil, drop the brake fluid, and then everything else just stays in the car. They're not doing very much for their 600 quid for a service. Anyhow, let me know what you think. And shout out to any other Lexus 250h owners out there. Nice to be amongst you. It's a really impressive car to drive, I've got to say. And you know, when you can sit on the motorway, it's sort of 60, 65, and the car is doing 60 mpg. So on my drive from Cardiff to South Devon and back up to Leamington yesterday, it did 59.8. And that's not the number that the car says, that's actually measured by fuel consumption. So that's pretty impressive.